Chubs gone wild. Woo. Hello. How are you, sir? I can speak English. I learned it from a book. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, the Queen will be joining us today.
Yeah, she's been
She's
talking the whole time.
insisted. She invited me up for the weekend to and look, you got because I had just seen The Crown and I had some questions. So she said, "Oh, come up here and see me." And so, yes, actually, she's got a certain way of deportment that only queens talk. That certain accent that only queens do. Anyway, but see the photos in the background? She loves her grandkids. Boop boop. And there's racist Philip. Anyway, hello, welcome to Chubs Gone Wild episode 370, recorded on November 23rd, 2020. And for those of us who are watching on video, hello. And those that aren't, why not? Anyway, it's currently 60 degrees and sunny outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios.
I
Where it
have the
is
I have the front door open.
really.
Well, I'm trying to warm up the house.
Well, shut the front door. Yeah, that's front door. Shut the front door. That's nice, actually. I
Yeah,
open the
you're
window
supposed to
later.
be going, wait, how cold is it in your house? I mean,
Well, how cold is it in your house?
it's actually 60 degrees.
Oh,
So it's supposed to get up to 64 today. So I figured, ooh, free warm up.
yes. Yeah. Well, it is 3 days until Thanksgiving. Are
It
you prepared?
is?
Yeah.
I am.
It's wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm excited.
Well, actually, we have the turkey. I'm going to dry brine it tonight.
Yeah.
Um, Dressing gets made Wednesday. Then the last stuff you have to make. The turkey will go in the morning into the smoker. Leave her alone.
Oh,
We'll go into the
you have to
smoker
look her. She's
Thursday morning, and then I can watch the virtual parade.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
when the food's ready, or when the turkey is ready, or when we want to eat, that's when you have to make the mashed potatoes, the gravy, and the vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do the dressing ahead of time, but nothing else. I mean,
Right.
I could do the mashed potatoes ahead of time, but then they're cold, hard mashed potatoes. You
Yeah.
have to churn them again to get them to where they're nice, and
Yeah.
you want them nice for at least the first meal.
Right. It's true,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Um,
Friday morning when you're frying them with the dressing, well, then that's different.
I've got stuffing, and so I'm going to make the stuffing, and then I'm
I
going
thought it was dressing this year.
well, yeah. Yeah, I'm not putting in the bird, so I guess technically it's dressing. And then the turkey, and then everything else I think Mr. Lurie is going to be taking care of. The pies, the potatoes,
The
I don't know about
turkey,
the
the
gravy.
shopping, the eat. Well, you do the
No, we
eating.
already did the
And
shopping. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. So,
What size bird?
22, 23 pounds.
You're kidding.
Oh, so it will last quite a good amount of time, and we'll have lots left over. And he will probably want to like boil down the carcass and make some. Well, no, he said he had an idea for turkey tetrazzini or something that he wanted to make something like that.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I seen it in Christmas Story as well.
have we?
Well, no, that's where he goes. Oh, the turkey soup, the turkey.
Oh,
Yeah, he lists off all the different ones.
yeah,
Turkey tetrazzini.
yeah,
No, mine is just turkey sandwiches and stuff,
yeah.
and then you clean off all the meat. You boil up the carcass. You make a nice thick turkey soup that's basically just gravy.
Yes, and every year I say that I'm going to do it, and then I end up, I don't know, for some reason I'm not doing it. But
I received the
oh,
carcass
really
1 year
good
from you.
soup. Mm. Oh, that's right, you did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The what I'm looking forward to though. One year I made a leftover turkey salad with celery and it was, oh my God, it was so good. It was the best salad like that I've ever made, and I've never been able to do it again. It was
Good.
magic for
Well,
that one
that's
year.
something you don't want to do again.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So it is also 17 days until Hanukkah, 28 until solstice, 32 until Christmas, 33 until Kwanzaa, 39 until 2021, and only 342 days until Halloween. So, well, all right then. Well, let's find out what happened today, or what we're celebrating today around the world. Today is Doctor Who Day.
Who?
Exactly. Also, eat a cranberry.
You eat a
Suck a
cranberry.
dick. What the hell? Eat a cranberry. Do you know how awful those things are? Anyway,
Well, they're not awful if you give them enough sugar and they don't taste like cranberry anymore.
yeah, I do. Yeah, hence cranberry juice. I have had cranberry sauce that I've liked before, but glop in a can, no. Now, Mr. Lurie does like it, but I and my grandmother always loved it, but not my thing. It's also Fibonacci Day, shall we say?
Dirty.
I know. Also, cashews and espresso.
I was watching The Price is Right, and they had a Planters can, like not the big large can like this, but the one that's probably a pound of cashews.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, it's $4.99."
Oh, you're fucking crazy.
I laughed and pointed
$14
at the,
fucking dollars.
yeah. It was like, you're wrong. You're wrong. Look at her. She's dumb. And she lost miserably. It was great fun.
That's the thing on Price is Right. When I would always I try to guess what they were, and they'd come like $1 or $2 under what I said, and I'm like, where do you live?
Well, they're based. Yeah, I know they're based on Los Angeles prices too.
That I don't get that, because up here you would not be like lemon pledge only $1.49. Are you fucking crazy? That's like $4. Anyway,
At least.
yeah. All right, let's see. And also, it's a Wolfenute. Wolfenute. Well, it's an interesting day. And that's today. Celebrate all those and then take pictures of it and send it to us. And while you're at it, please enjoy today's affirmation. I accept my emotions and let them serve their purpose. Alrighty then. Moving on. The looks that I'm getting. The looks. Mostly from the Queen.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Don't even.
Yeah. All right. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month over at patreon.com/MattBurling. And we want to thank our amazing current patrons. Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ, Sausage from Univaz, Timothy, Eric, Juan, Carlos, Brother Sanitas, Phoenix Dave, and Moose P. Thank you. All right, today's birthdays. Well, today's, this week's, upcoming, a little of this, a little of that. All right, happy birthday to Matt. Not me.
Obviously not you.
Yeah, okay. He's really fucking cute though. Okay, so Matt.
So it's obviously not you.
Oh, womp. Billy, Evan.
Oh, I always like it when I get a good singer in.
Yeah, and sometimes the little cupcake ones too. Those are good. Also, Evan, Douglas. He was my childhood friend. Anyway, Jeff, Kenny.
Wait, did you do dirties with him?
No, but he was like a real friend. You know how you have childhood friends that you're like, oh yeah, no, he was a good friend. So
And you didn't do dirties with him?
nope. Nope, nope. Oh, John Ewing, who we used to be one of our actor. Well, actually, he's still an actor, but he used to be one of our actor buddies, and really, really good one. Also, Sean, Steve, Thomas, Susan, Michael. Oh, that's your Michael. Oh, and I saw the montage that Jana made
Of 3 pictures.
yes,
That's
and
not a montage. That's 3 pictures.
she said it was a montage and that it took her 5 hours to put together.
Well, that I don't doubt.
And then she still that she didn't have
The real
something.
Inspector Hound pictures, because that was back in 1975. So
They
it's
didn't
it's
have
kind of
pictures
it's kind of like
then.
the world before the camera phone.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing. There's no pictures.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
You should see my childhood, but you can't because there's like 4 pictures of it. That's it.
Oh,
It's terrible.
actually,
It's
that's
terrible.
kind of neat. When we went from like 0 to 10, there's tons of photos. But once we became like poor, there's like this whole stretch of my teen years where there's just like nothing. There's like maybe 3 photos, and it's me sitting there just looking fat.
Well,
Damn, made you laugh.
but yeah, so with you got to remember, I'm the third child,
Oh
so
yeah,
they already had all the pictures of babies that they wanted
right.
and toddlers that they wanted. I do have some video. My dad did take some movies of me when I was younger, but he actually has a picture of me kissing a girl.
What?
I know. They thought that was so funny. And then the next picture is of him. We were up in Great Falls, Montana,
Mm-hmm.
and he's throwing snow in my face, and I'm crying, and they all think it's so fucking funny. It's like all the video is just child abuse.
I have a photo of me and 3 other kids who we were living with at the time back in 1980. Before the Stone Age.
Wait,
And
40 years ago?
What? Yeah.
40 years ago?
Yeah, and we're standing there in our first snow, and we're all looking happy and everything and nice, and it's a beautiful photo. And as soon as that photo was taken, one of them picked up this big thing of snowball and just shoved it in my face.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate them. I hate them all.
Well, if you live in snow, someone's going to throw a snowball at you.
Well, yeah, but there's a snowball, and then there's like taking a big hard ice snowball and just slamming it hand first right in your face. I didn't even have
I've had that happen,
to
but
protect it.
But it was with a wiener.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to move on because that the images. Okay, Jake, Jared, Derek, Tim, Jeannie. Wow, lots of birthdays coming up. Van. Oh, that Andrew Gomez. Oh, wow. He's much younger than I thought he was. Kidding. Jan. Oh, Alex. Hello, beautiful Alex. Also, Philip, Rob. Oh, that's one of the Robs from the Robs. I always get the 1 and the 2 confused. But also, Talbot, Frank, and Chris. Wow, happy birthday to you all, you Sagittarius.
Now, did you say Evan?
Yes. Early.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I sure did. Can't forget that. Okay, where are we? There we are. All right. Nothing in our feed bag. Thanks, people. Do you have any chub bugs that you would like to send out?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either today. But if you need one, we'll give you one. Oh, look, you made the queen laugh. All right. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so let's jump into my week. Starting with, I have done very little because I have been depressed and miserable and struggling all week. And I say that because that's the truth and it's okay. And there you go. I have not watched any Christmas movies except for Holiday, which I talked about
Yeah,
that.
you talked about it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure you talked about it.
Okay, yeah, I did.
If you watched it
Um,
the night before we recorded last.
right. There was another. What? There was something else that I thought I watched that I wanted to. Oh, so I watched Mr. Christmas. I watched 2.5 episodes of that. I'll try to finish it, but if you don't, have you seen any of that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so on Netflix, it's called Mr. Christmas, and it's this guy who's apparently so into Christmas, then he's like, he accepts these letters from people, from these families that I guess are rich and don't, and are struggling for their Christmas decorations. So he basically goes to these wealthy people's houses or fire houses or whatever, and takes their decorations and then adds some new things like crushed candy trees and little odds and ends, and then just makes a holiday miracle for them. And this is something I'm like, gosh, I really want to like this. I really want to like this. And yet I'm just like, who the hell put this shit together?
Well, I
Anyway,
just, I mean, I don't understand how people can afford to put lights on the outside because
mm,
here it's really, really fucking expensive.
yeah.
Just if you take, let's say, 100 lights and you put them on the outside around the rim of your house,
Mm.
you could just the electrical thing, you could just hear it go, "Wing, wing, wing," just spinning around in the backyard.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So episode 3 was this letter was
You got through
written.
3 episodes?
I got through 2.5 episodes.
Okay.
And there's 4. So the third episode, there's this woman that writes in, and she's like, "Oh, I'm young, and I have a fiance, and I'm going to marry my fiance, and then next year we won't be here for Christmas because he will be deployed because I'm moving in with him, and it's really going to upset my family. This is our last Christmas that we may be a family together." And I would really like you to come and decorate our house so that we can have one, last new Christmas together. And so you're like, okay, well, that sounds nice, family tradition and everything. And he shows up at the house, and it's basically a fucking mini palace. There is like an entire, like the basement is like an entire house built under the house, and then there's the front part, which you walk in and it's like a palace, and then
Is this
there's an
Damien's house?
upstairs. What?
Is this Damien's house?
It could very well be.
Sounds
Except
like
this is kind of Greekish style. Well, anyway,
dirty.
yeah. And then there's
They
a
could get a
whole
bit
other
Greek,
upper
too.
floor where, and then there's the top, where there's so much Christmas decorations, and they're like life-size nutcrackers and toy things, and it's just, and then he's like, "Oh dear, I don't know how we're gonna make this a special Christmas, but let's just take all their decorations from the 3 different floors where they're stored and make the house sparkle, sparkle, sparkle." Meanwhile, the black family that he went to, they got some styrofoam trees where they crushed up some peppermint little things and glued it on there and said, "Oh, the kids are going to have such a special Christmas." Anyway, yeah, that's a little
Angry, huh?
So, yeah. So yeah, I thought there was something else I watched too, but if I'll talk about it next time. I watched The Crown season 4. I have 1 episode left to go. In the middle of this one, there's a couple episodes that fucking drag.
Like this
Just
conversation?
What?
Nothing.
Well, anyway, and I was thrown because I had to look up who the hell played Margaret Thatcher. Not only did she do a good job, because you just fucking hate Margaret Thatcher, but it turned out to be Gillian Anderson from X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
She's phenomenal. I mean,
she usually is.
Yeah, I was just thrown by. I didn't even fucking recognize her at all. Anyway, The Crown season 4. If you've been watching The Crown, you'll like this season, but be prepared. There's about 2 episodes that you're just like, oh my god, fucking get on with it. Oh, and then
Yeah, I know how that feels.
they shut up, bitch. They end up throwing so it's Diana. It's this whole season about Diana. Shut up. I will kick your ass. And so they have to put up on every episode that she's in where she's going to barf this whole disclaimer about trigger warning, trigger warning. There may be food issues that are going on in this episode that will upset and physically, some of our watchers and upset you, and call this hotline if it does. I'm like, really, that we need a trigger warning for?
I know. What's going on?
Thank you. A little bit of feedback. Come on. Keep
I'm
it
sorry.
up.
I slipped off to sleep. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to listen to some of your stuff too. And I'll probably
Which is interesting.
yeah. Anyway, so I got a flu shot. I got a flu shot. And it gave me kind of reaction. In fact, it's a week later and I still have like this sore bump there. But yeah, I've never really had a reaction where I just felt like it took me out for a day or two. Not in the fun way.
You haven't been out in a while, so that's good.
Yeah. Well,
I got my flu shot too. I got that flu shot in this arm, and I got the shingles shot over here.
Good. Oh, very cool.
The shingles shot was the part that gave me problems.
Why?
Oh, it just there was a little raised area. It just was sore, and then I felt a little listless the next day.
That's how I felt with the flu shot, only it didn't feel just a little listless. It just knocked me out. And they say that, that's all psychosomatic. It doesn't really do that. Well, I've never had one do that to me before, but this did.
Well, it might have had something to do with the fact that you were depressed and miserable all week. Well, so maybe it just
Are you gonna make fun of it? Are you gonna make fun
No, I'm saying it probably just emphasized your mood that you were already in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
So yeah, so when you were feeling, your body was actually feeling something, and your your mental state was adding to that. So it just propelled the whole situation, and which gave you a good time. You can go, I'm just gonna go and crawl into bed for a day. So I'll see everyone later. Anyway, it's my fasting day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that nice. I didn't get to just do that. It was really rough. Really rough. Anyway, moving on from that though. And then finally today is the new World of Warcraft expansion. Shadowlands drops today in 2 hours. So we'll see how well that goes to signing on, because it's usually a clusterfuck to.
So we better hurry up, is what you're saying.
Well, knowing Blizzard, they'll end up taking 2 or 3 extra hours because something crashed, and so.
Well, I don't know what that.
By midnight, I might actually get on.
Okay.
All right, so Tom wants to bore you about. I talked to you about.
Let's see. This week on Masked Singer, we had Group B, and there were 4 contestants left, but we had a double elimination, and the elimination was of the Serpent and of the whatchamacallit, and they were both people I don't know who they were.
Okay.
Never heard of them. Okay. The British Bake Off, we're down to the last 3, so this will be the final episode this Friday. Still haven't finished Cats. Let's see. Mandalorian, still, it's such a good show. It's such a good show. It's the thing I like about it is that the Star Wars movies have gotten to the point of where they're so long and dull. It's like, you can throw special effects at me all you want, but if you're not, all you're doing is having a half-hour space fight with ships and people going Yahoo! And so this was actually a nice little half-hour arc with an interesting storyline, and then of course the villainous Baby Yoda, who wants to kill an entire race. No, I'm kidding on that one. So, but it was, yeah, it's just they're really fun. I'm totally enjoying that. Um, let's see. I don't know. Did I mention Jingle Jangle last week?
No.
Okay, that's a Netflix movie that's out right now.
Uh-huh.
Forrest Whitaker. He plays an aging toy maker who's um, Michael, well, Key and Peele. He's Key. He it was his assistant when he was younger and stole his book of inventions, and so Forrest Whitaker's fallen into like depression, and he can't develop anything anymore. He's just lost all his inspiration, while his assistant who stole all this stuff has become this major toy maker, and it's what happens basically is Forrest Whitaker's daughter, who he's not talking to anymore, sends his granddaughter to stay
Mm.
with him for Christmas, and she inspires him and brings him out of his funk, and so he can be a great toy maker again. And it's a musical. It's so funny because it almost feels, our look of it feels like the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Hmm.
You know, the what do you call that, the area that, you know, they're all the people are dancing in the streets,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
the
Mhm.
common areas all look like that. It looks really good, the music's good, and it's on Netflix, so it's free, so that's good.
Nice. Well,
Animaniacs, did you ever watch Animaniacs?
yeah.
That
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, it's now new on Hulu. They've got
Uh,
new episodes,
oh wow.
and I've never seen Animaniacs. I mean, I sold Animaniacs, but
Yeah.
I've never seen Animaniacs. So that was interesting. The first episode was how uh, Hollywood basically is selling itself out by remaking everything, and there's no originality. And then at the end of the song, they go, but then of course they're holding a big check. When it comes to us, it's okay, because we're a remake, but look at all those zeros. And
Right.
so the songs were clever, and they had a new Pinky in the Brain, which I guess was on the original show as well,
Yes.
and which I've learned now is just basically a remake of Laurel and Hardy, um, where they're doing some kind of get rich scheme or become the most powerful people in
Pinky
the
in the
world.
brain. What are we
Yes,
doing? Jay Brain, what are we doing tonight?
and then at the end, it's always the skinny, well, the guy with the reasonably sized head,
Uh,
going, getting blamed for everything, just like Stan Laurel did. And
yep.
so it's like, wow. I go, this is just a Laurel and Hardy, and he goes, who? And of course I said, you would have liked Laurel. No, you would like Hardy. You would like Oliver Hardy.
Yes, he
Look
would.
it up.
Hell yeah.
And so, on Disney Plus,
Mm.
there's the new Star Wars Lego Christmas special,
Well,
and it's basically a 40-minute um, uh, Lego short,
mhm.
where the girl who was in the final Star Wars movie, the one who kills everybody, the lead
Oh yeah,
girl,
yeah. Ray.
Ray.
Okay.
Well, she's now trying to teach some new Jedi, but she's just doing it. She feels like she's doing a terrible job at it. Well, the Day of Light, which is basically Christmas Day, the Day of Light is the one day that you can use the special key that, well, you can go back in time or forward in time, and well, you can go back and forward in time. So she finds the key and she goes back and looks at all these different Jedi masters teaching their new students, and
Oh,
so it's a comedy, and so it's like she goes back and there's Yoda with Luke Skywalker in the the mud trying to pull out the ship, and so it's just little silly things, and it was pretty funny. And of course, well, I won't give anything away, but
okay.
I will say that um, Adam Driver's character, Khan, no, not Khan, that was Star Trek. Anyway, he's in it, and so is the original, because it's Jedi Master, so they show up too because
Mm.
they're also bad Jedi's, but still Jedi's. Okay, and that's Disney Plus. And by the way, Disney Plus will have, of course, as we've heard, Soul on Christmas Day, which is the new Pixar movie that was supposed to come out in theaters last June.
Ooh.
They moved to November, and then that got pulled, and they said, "Ah, fuck it, just put on Disney Plus. We'll take the $1 billion loss that they would have, because all their shows usually come close to $1 billion, all their Pixar. So and also Mulan will be coming on as well.
Uh, so that we don't have to pay for it.
Don't have to pay for it.
Yay!
And then on Christmas Day on what was it? Christmas Day on HBO Max,
Hmm.
Wonder Woman 1984.
I will actually, as long as it's not like $50 or something, I will pay for that one to watch.
Well, it's free on HBO Max.
Yay!
And then The Simpsons, all 31 seasons now is available on Disney Plus.
Nice.
That's a good binging thing for this weekend, huh?
I don't know if I could do it.
Well, it's 31 seasons, 22 episodes a season.
Well,
That's
no,
a lot of
I mean,
Simpsons.
I could do it. I don't know.
I don't think you could in 4 days.
Oh well, no, not in 4 days.
Okay, and then finally, I just watched 2 new movies. I watched Get Duke, which is it's on Amazon Plus, no, Amazon Prime, and it's about these 4 troubled boys in England, and they get sent out to the Scottish Highlands to learn how to become a team and better themselves because they're delinquents. But when they get out there, they find that they're being hunted by this group called the Dukes, who are, what they do is they send the bad kids out there and hunt them and kill them.
Mhm.
So it's a comedy though, and so the boys are going to make them pay, and there's some pretty funny shit in it. It's only like 86 minutes, so it's also easy to get through. And finally, I watched Sonic the Hedgehog. That's with Jim Carrey and
Yeah,
James Marsden.
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. And so it was okay. It was pretty boring. I mean, it's like they had to come up with a storyline, and they had one. They had a storyline.
Mm.
I don't know why his teeth mattered, though. I really don't. That they actually delayed the production 6 months so they could make his teeth look.
Well, I don't
And
know about his teeth, but when you look at the original drawings they had of him, it was awful.
Okay.
I mean, he looked awful. So would you have if you had to watch this or Pikachu again, which one would you do?
Well, I've already watched Pikachu again.
So you've seen
I
it
still,
once? Okay.
I probably wouldn't watch either of them again unless that I'm desperate for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Not even to hear Ryan Reynolds' voice?
well, that's always nice, but I'd rather see Ryan Reynolds in those little pajama bottoms that he wore in Amityville Horror when he was trying to kill all the kids.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you need to.
Okay.
Oh, actually, all you have to do is look up Ryan Reynolds shirtless, and he's wearing just pajama bottoms and running around with an axe. So
Oh, that's fun.
it's like, well, if he's gonna kill me, at least he has the shirt off, so that's worth it. Yeah, and I think that's it. Oh, the girls are doing fine, and we got a late start on our garden, and we went out and there's no vegetables, so we have some seeds. We're gonna see if we can grow some winter vegetables from seed, but we didn't get out there to get the beets or the onion starters, and I'm kind of depressed. Yeah.
Oh. The queen she proves.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that report. We'll get back to you. But before we do, we want to remind you. What do we want to remind them of?
I don't know. I'm not on that page.
To be loud, be proud, be too much, and to be you. Because Fat Marker Clothing wants those of us who have been told that we're too much of something to turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs listeners, you can do that by using the code FMWildChub to get 20% off anything while ordering over at fatmarkerclothing.com. And I'll hold this up to the camera somewhere. You and I got our Fat Marker Clothing. It won't show. I'll send you a picture later of our Christmas wishes from the Fat Marker guys, and it's the cutest freaking card. I love it.
They're so creative.
I know. All right. So remember, fatmarkerclothing.com, and Christmas is coming up, and it's really good stuff. Just saying.
Well, and it's also, you've got to remember that. Oh, I've got these sunlight things on my face.
I was just noticing that.
Well, you just got to remember that it's, everything's being mailed. Like everything's being mailed.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure and order early.
Yes.
Well, and also, if you don't order early enough, you may find people are. What are you doing?
Scratching my back.
Oh, okay. You might find the things are out of stock, so get it now.
Yeah, and but I will say, because I ordered something for somebody for Christmas from Fat Marker, and I got it in under a week. I think I got it in under 5 days. It was there.
Yeah, but you didn't order it in December.
That is true. However, I will say that it was well packaged. It was well.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah, their stuff is well shipped and well packaged. That's great. I just don't trust the system right now, especially with what they've done to the post office, certain presidents.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Well, moving on from that horribleness, let's move into some wonderfulness from Mr. Moose, who wrote in and said he cooked tonight baked fish and sauteed scallops seasoned with lots of garlic, roasted potatoes cooked with onion. Wow. That is beautiful.
That fish looks good.
Yeah, that's really beautifully done. Now I'm fasting, so I'm not going to even just forget it. I want to talk about it. All right. Hey, time for our current topics. And, apparently some trans women drop-kicked and beat a racist throwing slurs at them. And the judge said he deserved it. Had it not been for the alleged victim in this case, there probably wouldn't have been an incident. Well, that's a good response from a judge.
Well, it's been weird because they've been packing the courts.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing. I hate that light. The whole thing with them trying to overturn the election has just been a big fail, one after another. So all of his judges have actually turned out to be fair people.
Yeah.
He actually. Well, I'm not saying that they're all these judges that they brought in, but even on the Supreme Court, I think we're going to see that people have to be truthful to the law, the letter of the law,
right,
and not loyal to a president who appointed them.
Yeah, anybody, especially in an office such as the Supreme Court, who does not stick to the letter of the law rather than their own personal stupidities, fucked up. Anyway, moving along. Excuse me. Pride celebrations were held together on the North and South Poles for the first time. Polar Pride was held in both regions this year, and it was a hit. Apparently, I'm doing the show with a monk. Is it cold? Is it cold where you're at, sir?
No. Well, my ears were a little cold.
Okay. Well, you got a strip of sunlight right on your face. So
I know, I hate it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Chubs, do you like Mountain Dew?
No.
I like a blast of Mountain Dew. to get some caffeinated sugar energy going. But other than that, it's not something I drink regularly. Um, and then, what's your favorite kind of bread?
Would you like to phrase that correctly?
Hey, Chubs, what's your favorite kind of bread?
Okay. So I've been telling Sean, I'm fucking fat as can be because of this goddamn staying at home thing. And so I need to lose some weight. So he brings home 2 baguettes and 2 things of artichoke jalapeno dip.
Oh,
It's
that
really
sounds
good.
lovely.
It's at Costco right now. It's fantastic. But so here I am eating baguettes,
Uh,
okay, which I do love. But bread wise, I'm okay. I mean, I like bread. I'm like Oprah. No, I don't love bread. I like bread. I like things like, one thing like I always liked about Thanksgiving was my mom would get the flaky biscuits where you could
mm,
peel off the section each little
yeah.
and butter each one of those.
Yes.
No wonder I'm huge, right?
I know
Um,
what you mean, though. Those
and
are so
and
good.
then I do like, yeah, most bread is okay with me. I'll even eat like a pumpernickel with some like a patty melt or yeah, something yummy.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Grilled bread is really good too.
When I was a kid, my CB handle was pumpernickel.
Actually, in the Get Duped,
Hmm?
not only are the kids being chased by these scary people who are trying to kill them, but there's also a bread thief involved, and he's taken all the bread in the county.
Okay.
So that
Weird.
ties right into your little question there.
Yeah. As for me, my favorite kind of bread is, oh gosh, it's so hard to choose.
I think the problem here is that it depends on what you're doing with bread.
Exactly. I was just gonna
If you're
say
having
that.
peanut butter and jelly, I want a white bread. I
Yes.
don't want any special
Yep.
anything. But if I'm going to have like French toast, I want more of a brioche. You know, a nice thick soft bread that will soak up all the custard and fry it really nice. Or like a garlic bread if I'm having like
Ooh.
some kind of a gravy or a stew.
Mm.
And it's hard. So yeah, and
It's getting
biscuits,
there. Mm.
biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Lori makes really good homemade biscuits.
Oh my God, fuck them already.
Gosh, what's that with you? Crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. Depends on what kind. But I do love a good garlic French bread. Mm. All right, let's see. Next up, we want to tell you a little bit of something about currently LGBTQ people of color in America have a disproportionately high rate of new HIV infections. Golden Rule Services of Sacramento, along with the HIV Community Planning Council, want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. Pre-exposure prophylaxis, or PrEP, is a medication that is proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. If you think PrEP may be right for you, visit your local sexual health clinic. If you reside in Sacramento County, California, contact Golden Rule Services at sacgrs.org or get started on and almost did it, almost got there, to get started on protecting your sexual health. Awesome. I love them. All right. Ready for advice, sir?
Sure.
All right. Well, this one comes from Dear Prudy. My issue is a boring and perhaps petty one.
It is.
It, but it causes me grief no matter how much I try to dismiss it. My son and his wife just don't have the courtesy gene when it comes to acknowledging gifts. Somehow, my son thinks it's fine for me to ask over and over again, "Hey, did you receive that gift I sent?" I got an update that indicates that it was delivered. He's even said that he considers this follow-up my responsibility as the sender. I hate doing that. I wasn't raised to do it, and I sure thought I raised him to be more considerate. I try not to ask, but after days go by and there's no response, I'm just crazy, sad, and upset. It's not just about being thanked either. I just want to know that it arrived safely and undamaged. Recently, my
That's
son asked
bullshit, by the way. Go ahead.
Recently, my son asked me to send another specially designed photo mug because his wife had broken the mug I got for my grandson, and she felt bad. So I did, and it was embellished with a lot of new photos of many family members on the mug. All I got was an update from the company. I had to ask my son if it had really arrived. Oh, yes, thank you, was the offhand reply. Is there an easy way to get rid of my expectations here? Should I stop giving them gifts?
Yeah.
Should I keep on asking them to let me know when a gift arrives?
I'll stop giving them gifts.
That takes away from sending surprises and unexpected gifts, which I dearly love to do. Oh, Liz, tell us what to do. Well, she would just have her ladies in waiting send a little thank you. The Queen's giving this away because royals don't accept gifts. So.
Okay, you know what? You either accept the fact that they're not going to be responsible here. Stop leaning over. What are you doing?
I'm looking at something.
You're disappearing when you do that. Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking for him to give you the report of, oh, thank you, yeah, it's here, then and he's not going to do it, then stop sending things. If it means that much, stop sending him things, or make it to where, see, if that would cost money. I was going to say where he has to sign it, and but he has, like I said,
he has to sign it with a thank you.
Well, just sign it so they know that it was received, because what she wants is a thank you. She doesn't really give a shit whether it arrived or not. She wants to hear, oh, thank you, Mom. You're the best grandma in the whole world. Your grandson loves you. We all love you. That's what she wants. And that's fine, because that's what, that's all she's got now in her golden years. So, but yeah, I mean, if it's going to be a problem, stop sending him shit.
Okay, well, not that I disagree completely with what you're saying. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with expecting a thank you when you go out of your way to do something from someone.
Well, I don't
I mean,
either.
obviously, you shouldn't have to grovel or, oh, thank you, I'm giving you my third-born child because of, you sent me a mug. But I actually went through this years ago. I was the ungrateful one who had a friend who sent me all sorts of wonderful things, and I was just had my head up my butt, and I didn't bother saying thank you or acknowledging these great, somebody doing something really wonderful for me. And so there became a rift from it, which luckily mended. But I should have been saying thank you. I got your gift. It's great. Thank you so much. There's nothing wrong with a thank you. And frankly, he needs to learn to fucking say thank you rather than being an ungrateful ass who,
absolutely.
And that's all you have to do. You don't have to grovel or anything, but at least send her a text message saying, hey, Mom, we got the bug. Thanks.
I understand that. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with her wanting to be thanked.
Right.
That's not even the point here. The point is that she is not getting acknowledgement from the son, and he's 35 years old. And I just don't think he's going to change. It doesn't say he's 35. Stop.
Okay. Well, I don't know about the change thing, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If he's not going to change, and I don't think he is at this age, then cut off the gifts. And then she can go, when he goes, hey, how come you didn't send anything for Christmas? Well, because I never find out that you received them. So if you want to get something from me, when that thing comes in, you call me up and say, thanks, we got the gift.
Right.
And if he goes, well, I don't have time to do that. And she goes, well, then I don't have time to send you shit. Click.
Well, I hold on, I'm gonna cough here.
What?
I completely I agree. I agree
Okay.
that she needs to, obviously she said something numerous times. He's like, hey, it's your responsibility to follow up, which is bullshit.
That's
Complete
bullshit.
and utter fucking bullshit.
Yeah, at that point, I'd be like, you're never getting anything from me again.
Yeah.
I've written you out of the will. Fuck you.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, oh, I closed it. Hold on. I guess Prudy's gonna say something.
A lot. She's going to say a lot.
All right. Tracking Tesbury. I don't think that you should keep doing anything that leaves you feeling crazy, sad, and upset on a regular basis. So it might be time to take a good long break from unexpected gifts. I don't want you to feel like you can never ever send gifts to your son and his family ever again, but you seem to have been doing this for a long time, and the result has been that you seem mostly to recreate conditions designed to make you feel ignored, frustrated, and obsessed with getting an update.
Is that a bird?
Oh, come on. How many fucking years has it been that there's always a bird squawking in the background and a dog out the door?
Well,
A dog out the
it
window.
hasn't stopped.
I know. Imagine. This is why I have a very loud fan in the background, right, Liz?
Open the windows and unlock the cages.
Oh, stop. Anyway, moving on. Try going 3 months without sending any surprises and see what it feels like. Do you find yourself worrying that your son will forget you if you're not sending a constant stream of presents? Do you feel anxious about the state of your relationship? Whatever comes up for you, try to find a way to express a concern, ask a question, or demonstrate your feelings that doesn't involve a gift exchange, and see if it makes a difference. You can also talk to your son, not because I think you need to make some big declaration, since obviously no one cares. I've decided to stop sending presents to your house because it probably wouldn't go over well. But because there may be an opportunity here to know each other better, try saying something like, I don't know if I've really made it clear just how important it is for me to hear from you unprompted when a present arrives. It's been really frustrating and painful to have to ask so often and get such casual last-minute responses. I've decided to stop for a while because I don't want to keep trying to get you to change, but I'm open to having a conversation and if some of the presents I've been sending were unnecessary or felt like demands on your time and attention. She's gonna tell everybody this.
It's that bitch wife, I guarantee you.
I hope you're able to make headway with your son and start a meaningful conversation, but even if it doesn't happen right away, you can at least give yourself a break and stop putting yourself through the same exhausting, thankless routine. Okay.
Thankless routine is what that whole thing was.
All right. Hey, send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Like us, leave us a comment at chubsgonewild.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/chubsgonewild. Please consider becoming a patron of the show over at patreon.com/Matt Burlingame and find Tom's movie and TV reviews over at swannerandjudd.com for the podcast and written word. Find them in iTunes, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, or in print at the Anchorage Press. Find out more about my books over at justkisstheguy.com and check out my other podcast at biggaysexshow.com.
408 Chubs.
All right. Excellent. Now we're going to write letters to dear Prudy so she can tell us what to say to all of you.
Yeah, word to word, what we need to say.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please feel free to send us pictures of your spreads, of food on the table. Right, Liz?
And Christmas decorations.
All
Send
right.
Christmas trees, Christmas decorations,
Yes.
moose. You know,
Moose.
we're talking to you as well.
Send
Mostly,
pictures of your moose.
I want to see what he's put up.
I don't think he's going to be done for another 2 weeks yet.
Well, I don't think he's going to be done until like January, but the
Yeah.
fact is, I want to see it.
Don't we all?
He
All
had some
right.
mistletoe yesterday.
What?
You saw mistletoe yesterday.
Oh. Oh. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good. Yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you for joining us. We love you, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.